Hey, this is JT at Hoagie's Garage. Stepped out of the garage for a minute, wanted to show you this product to review here, and I will be going back to the garage to show you another one. This is the tracksculptures.com Nurburgring full circuit sculpture. Their 32-inch model runs $199 with free shipping in the US. What they do here is they're really clever actually. They take some birch and they press it all together to make these kind of like layers, and it's roughly I'd say 1.5 inches thick, and then on top is a CNC cut piece of plastic in your choice of color. This is the black asphalt they call it, and it's smacked on top of the birch, and then you have your overall design there. Being this is the full circuit Nurburgring, I think this is one of those tracks where you get your best bang for your buck from track sculptures. I have Nelson ledges at home, and if you've ever seen Nelson ledges, which you will here in a minute, very simple track, not as crazy as this. So when you buy it, I guess you could say you're almost not getting your money's worth compared to this, unless of course you really like the track. But this one, if you're looking for more of a classic look, I mean, this outline of this track is pretty famous, and you get, I guess, more machine work, more time involved with this one than you do with a more simple design. Overall, though, very neat. Hanging on your wall there. I have next to it one of the Autobahn no speed limit signs, which is kind of cool. But definitely two different areas, but sort of a Germany theme, I guess, if you want to call it that. Very clever though how these things are made. $199 for this 32-inch, and it's hanging on the wall here in my office. You can kind of get all sort of the angles of it here. The way I hung it, they do give you some command strips, and I'm not going to go into how to use a command strip, but I did tuck if you can see it, a little nail, a screw in there, and then I strategically placed some command strips too. Basically, I didn't want the command strips to come loose someday, because I've seen it happen and then have this fall. So if they do come loose, that screw is kind of securing it sort of, I'll say, secretly up in there. Overall though, very, very cool, very neat. Not on the cheap side for a wall hanging, but it's definitely a conversation piece. I just put it up, and I'm curious how many people are going to ask, what is that, or why do you have that weird black squiggly line on the wall? So next up here, I'm going to sort of film another video and just snap the two together. Is going to be the half-size Nelson ledges, which I actually hung in my garage back at Hoagie's Garage. So once again, Nurburgring sculpture, tracksculptures.com. So I wanted to show this one in kind of a different way, not mounted up. This is once again from tracksculptures.com. This is the half-size version. They say roughly like 16, 18 inches, something in that size. This is Nelson Ledges Road Course, which is one of the close tracks I've filmed a lot at, take some cars to, that sort of thing. And half-size, dark blue metallic color. I'll hold that up there so you can sort of maybe get a look at it. I didn't put this one up yet because this one I kind of wanted to put in my garage in a specific spot, and more than anything, have to paint and all this stuff beforehand, so it's kind of just in a holding pattern, just waiting. Overall, these sculptures are very, very cool. It's one of these products though that's tough to review because it's just so neat and it's so specific. Overall, if you have the money to spend, this one's $100 for this little guy right here, $99.99. By all means, do it. They're really cool. I mean, they're super neat. They're built well. They're this pressed together birch wood right there. You can see the layers. Then the plastic coating on top. It's a thick coating. You can see the black. That's the coating, and then you can get different colors too. It's one of those things, though, I will say, you kind of have to be in a certain position to buy. You don't want to go spend, the Nurburgring one I just showed you a little bit ago. That one's $200. That's not cheap just for something to hang on the wall and for a piece of art, maybe not so expensive, but, to me, the average car guy, you know, you're going to want to spend 200 bucks on, you know, a couple, even just one high performance tire instead of that. Now, that kind of goes back to the whole thing though, what's important to you. If you have a really neat garage, it's really clean, maybe you live by yourself and, you know, this is something that hang in your living room. Me, at my house, this wouldn't be hanging in my living room. I don't think my wife would approve too much. But for the garage, very, very cool. Now, it's cool to a point though. You got to realize you're spending $200 or $100 for this one on a piece that just kind of, you know, hangs on your wall. It's an expensive decoration, we'll say. But overall, if you have the bucks and you want something that looks neat, that kind of shows maybe tracks you've driven on, maybe your favorite looking track, maybe the track you want to go on, you know, you do have that. The one I just showed you in my office at work, it is a conversation piece. A lot of people walk up and they say, what is that? You know, what, oh, okay, you know, I understand. Oh, that's interesting. You know, that kind of thing. But, you know, overall, I have yet to have somebody come into my office that has gone, oh, Nurburgring, cool. So it is something that, you know, you kind of, it is sort of personal, I'll say. This one especially, I would love to see if you put this one up in your garage, somebody knows what the Nelson Ledges Road course is in Garrettsville, Ohio. But tracksculptures.com, they have tons of tracks. They even have these sweet wooden like wall mural type things now that have the track with some info written down the side. Very cool company, personable, easy to get in touch with. They have stickers, they have the murals, they even have like posters now. They have these in full size and half size. The one I had before was blue, this is, or black, this is dark blue metallic, if you can see that. You know, I don't really have a color preference, that's totally up to you. I wanted to look at two different ones, that's why I have black and blue. But yeah, very, very cool stuff though. Just pricey for what you get, I'll say. It's, you get it and you might go, okay, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, but wow, I just spent $200. So keep that in mind before you pull the trigger. Make your house payment, you know, pay for your kids' diapers, any of that stuff before you actually go and do this, because you might end up, you know, kicking yourself after you buy this if you didn't plan ahead. Definitely a good Christmas present though to ask for. So thank you for watching. Hoagie'sGarage.com for more products and vehicle reviews. Tracksculptures.com to check these guys out. Give them a look. There's some coupon codes out online. I even got one with this in my my box of things, so if you're interested in that, drop me an email and maybe I'll hook you up with a coupon code with them without making them too mad at me. So thanks again for watching. See you next time.